Hello and welcome back to the GonzoEwok channel. I'm Gonzo.
My name is Ewok.
And today we're going to be playing more Kerbal Space Program, or as we call it around these parts,
Geordie
Space Program.
Every time.
Yeah. So, recapping on what happened disastrously in the last episode, we attempted to make some docking manoeuvres, a rescue mission if you will. Didn't quite kind of work out the way we wanted it to.
One death, one lost in space.
Yeah. So we've in fact just made the problem worse. However, if you remember rightly from the last episode, we did mention that we were going to be starting up a new project. We can now fill you in that this project is referred to in the headshed of Geordie Space Command as Project Geordie Invasion.
Project Geordie Invasion, or as you wanted to call it,
Project Green Smudge.
Because that's what we're going to be leaving on many of the planet's
Pretty sure.
surface. I'll let you talk through it, mate, and while you're doing that, these flags are starting to get in the way, and as nice as they are, I'm just going to get rid of them, to be perfectly honest.
I think that makes sense. We've also got debris on the moon, probably need shifting.
So, I'll get rid of all this shit.
Cool, okay.
And you talk through what this involves.
So, Project Geordie Invasion, or, if you will, Project Green Smudge, we decided that, the next step really, longer term for Geordie Space Program, is going to be interplanetary travel. Now, you probably already worked out that neither of us are particularly good at getting anywhere in Geordie Space Program, and as a result we tend to build incredibly powerful rockets that probably over-egg what we need to do at any one time. Consequently...
We got 7 signs because that debris was a mystery goo pod.
Oh, that's quite snazzy. So in any event, what we're looking to do here is we need more science so we can build bigger and better rockets and push them further afield. In order to achieve that, we'd kind of identified, well, you know what, we've been to the moon, we've been to Minmus, we've seen a 10-foot radius around where we landed, and that was all fine and well, got a lot of science for that. One thing that we are aware of is, though, that there's a lot of biomes kicking around on the moon and on Minmus. I think there's actually, isn't there more biomes on the moon than there is on Kerbin? Is that right?
It seemed to be that way from looking at the list.
Regardless, there's a shed load of them, so what the plan is we're going to start bunging up rockets, maybe every 3 hours or so.
Yep, one every 3 hours approximately.
We're going to aim them on ballistic trajectories right to both the moon and Minmus, and so effectively what we're doing is assembling the Kerbin fleet, and we're going to be sending those into their respective directions, the moon and Minmus, and then every 3 hours we're going to be having touchdown after touchdown after touchdown.
That's the plan. Today's
episode is going to be kind of the staging episode. We need to start pumping those rockets up into space and start pointing them towards their respective targets. As you probably also figured out, we wanted ideally to get our old orange coats. We wanted to get Jeb, and we wanted to get Bill back on the action so they could be the admirals, if you will, of these two separate fleets drifting off towards their respective targets. The idea once we get there is then to drop down into various sections of the moon, hopefully in different biomes where we can start harvesting all that science. Then we're going to bring the boys back and we're going to grow fat on the profits.
That's the plan.
So, that's kind of us explained. You're still getting rid of the huge amounts of debris that's out there.
I could have sworn there was a button to get rid of all debris, but never mind, that's enough.
Yeah.
That's clear.
Cleared it up. We'll worry about that later. So, we're not going to mess around too much with rocket building this time either. We're kind of agreed the Red Laz seems to be doing the trick.
I'm just clicking on all the wrong things here.
We'll just
you carry on. I'm going to recruit some more astronauts for this mission, or soldiers in this case almost.
Yeah.
We'll have them all.
There we go. So all these faithful little Kerbal warriors are going to be sent out to their respective targets, touchdown, harvest the science, and they're going to come home. We're then going to use that science for fantastic things when it comes to our longer term ambitions again, interplanetary travel, bases, space stations, rover expeditions, all that kind of good stuff as well. We don't know how to do any of that yet, but we're hoping we'll figure that out as we kind of go along. So, is this you pumping up the old Res Laz?
So this is going to be the first launch. This one's going to the Mun, so I'm going to call it Mun 1 so we can keep track of it a bit easier.
Who's going to be the Admiral then? Can't send Bob.
We can't send Bob. We're going to send Mirza at the top.
Bobless is back?
Bobless is back. Hey God, they just keep coming back.
Zombie Bobless?
Billy Bobo is going to lead this.
Can't fail to with a name like that.
He's going to be the first one off. Now let's just double check this staging because this went tits up last time, didn't it?
It did, but that was when we put the little lifeboat on the top.
Fine.
Yeah, just work through it. We don't want to get there and find out everything's went tits up.
That looks fine. That looks fine.
Yeah.
Looks fine.
If we're really going to be smart, we'd
Fine.
probably mess around with the struts, get those decouplers sorted. But you know what? It'll do the trick. It's going to get with there.
I mean, we could do if you want. It won't
It
take
looks,
that long.
it looks as though it's going to be a lot of hassle to do that.
Fine. Yeah, we didn't want to mess around. We're just going to launch this one.
Yeah, get it up there, point it at the moon, get the next one up.
So, take a note of the time, my friend. Once we get on there. Where can I see the time? Can I see the time anywhere?
No,
So how are we going to know every 3 hours?
we'll just guess.
I think if you go to Kerbin Space Command, you can see. We'll get this one up first, though.
Yeah, get it up and pointing, then we'll worry about getting the next one up.
Whoa!
Oh dear. Well, the invasion's off to a shaky start. Oh dear. So what happened there then?
I have no idea. Fuck me! There's shit flying everywhere.
It's destroyed your computer.
It has absolutely murdered the frame rate. Fucking hell!
Oh god.
Now that is what I expect the Geordie Invasion to look like from the person on the receiving end. It's not what I wanted the home base to look like.
You know how terrified we are. How terrified do you think they are up there? Okay, well, frames are back. We did slow down there impressively to 1 frame a second. That was immense.
Okay, we're back up to the 30 that I've got supposedly locked at.
Yeah, there we go. Everything's slowly just... Well, there's some more debris that's probably going to need clearing up then.
Get the tin legs out. Deploy.
So, Billy Bobo, you failed us.
Why did that happen? That's never happened with the Red
We've
Lads
got
before.
one random strut that seems to be in the parachute stage.
Ah.
What is going on with our staging, dude?
Well, considering that we've launched this exact same ship with no problems, it just seems to be randomly changing the staging every time to try and sort of shit us up a bit.
The game's fucking with us. See, it's not there. I think we must have just got, like, caught on something.
Should we just try again? Because we've never had any problems with this launch before.
Give it one more shot, and if not, we're going to have to come back to the old blueprints. Billy Bobo again.
Billy Bob was
He's done out. Yeah.
Okay, let's
suck
launch.
I launched.
Frames are bouncing up and down for some reason. We've never had really problems with the frame rate before.
It happens sometimes when the game's loading. Totally understandable why it just happened there, though.
Yeah.
Get the old RCS and the SAS on. Okay. Right, that should be okay. Yeah, there we go.
Absolutely
clean
no
launch.
problem.
Okay,
Funny one.
so there's a 50% failure rate on launch of the Red Lads, which it'd be 33%.
And we've launched the Red Lads several times.
Yeah, this is 4th launch for it, then. So 25% failure rate. That's completely acceptable.
Well, actually, how many times have we launched it? We took it to Minmus.
Yeah, we've done the lifeboat.
We did the lifeboat.
We've done that last launch, which fucked up, and then we've got this one. So yeah, it's 25%
failure
rate. And that's even before you've went into battle. That's even before you're up and pointing at the moon and going very quick.
At least we managed to save Billy Bobble. Billy Bobble.
I know it's still called Project Geordie Invasion. We definitely should have called it Green Smear. That's what I've established.
Well, we're not expecting that we're going to successfully land everybody, because we're still not very good.
No. But if we get enough up there, into enough biomes, that's got to be good.
See, if we launch maybe 6, we're bound to land at least 3 of them, and that'll get us a fair bit of science.
Got to, yeah. Suppose the only downside is, though, now with a bit of hindsight, we've removed those flags, so we don't know quite where we landed last time. I believe on the moon we landed in the Highlands, didn't we?
I'm really not planning on doing any degree of accuracy. That's why I'm sending lots.
Oh, it's okay, right?
Oh, I started my lean way too late.
It don't matter. We'll be fine.
Well, we know this bad boy's got lots of fuel. But yeah, the plan is to do lots, and that way some of them will be beneficial. There goes the frames again. What the absolute fudge is going on?
Maybe your computer's doing something in the background.
It shouldn't do. I don't think I've got anything else loaded up other than the audio capture software.
I've noticed we haven't been video bombed in a while.
Yeah, I turned the Steam UI off.
Awesome.
I eventually got round to turning the Steam UI off so that we wouldn't get video bombed every time as we have been.
I feel as though we've learned something new as well. There we go. It looks as though it's on a little bit of a wonk.
Yeah, not too bad.
Ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly, we'll still get there. I am worried about this. These frame rate problems we seem to be having. I mean, if that happens during the landing stage, that's going to cause significant problems.
Well, it's worth pointing out that this episode is the staging part of the invasion. Really, this is getting everything up there and pointed at it. Probably, maybe next episode.
Well, you never know. I mean, I'm not quite sure how long this is going to take. So we may land one or two of them. I have no idea.
We'll see.
I don't want the video to run too long, obviously, but we'll just keep launching them until one of them gets close to landing.
I think what bear in mind is this time we'll probably actually have to do something to get to Min-Miss, because if you remember, we did kind of totally fluke a couple of episodes back with the trajectory that we had, just put me straight there, basically, and that'll probably not happen again. We'll probably not be that lucky.
Potentially. Fingers crossed we'll be able to work it out as we go. That is something of our motto these days.
Yeah, it's became kind of the catchphrase, really, isn't it?
We'll work it out.
Yeah,
we'll get there. 9 times out of 10 we don't work it out and we don't get there. But at least maybe 3 or 4 attempts in, we normally realise what we're doing wrong and getting it. And we're going to be sending, 6 maybe ships up, maybe more.
That should be enough, shouldn't it?
It is, yeah. I was just...
So is your plan to get into an orbit here, or are you just setting a manoeuvre node and going to ping yourself straight at the moon? I think it probably makes sense.
I'm going to have to get into an orbit on this one, or at least widen that out a bit. I'm not confident enough to just blast up. I mean, potentially could have been confident enough to just blast up, but I would have had to wait until the moon was at the right point before we actually launched the ship.
Yeah. We'll start getting that circularised.
Yeah, let's kick that out and actually get ourselves into a...
And then once we've plotted that into a crash course into the moon, get the next one up.
Absolutely. Well, we need to check the time and then zip forward a few hours, because we don't want them too close together, otherwise they're going to be landing in similar biomes. We want them spread out.
Well, I was thinking, how kind of when we're coming down into Kerbin and we slightly change, we might aim slightly north, slightly south.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking we can maybe do something a little bit similar when we're a bit closer to the moon and plan on our landing, because
we could do, but they do need to be at least a few hours apart so that we're not...
Oh yeah, I mean just...
so that we do
obviously.
Oh, hang on. I've kicked that out way too much, but to be honest I might be able to manoeuvre from here and intersect with Mun.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm sort of getting the hang of it.
So we'll come in well behind it there. Fortunately, I don't think we've quite got enough space to do that in a wanna. Oh, I don't know what that means.
I think
is that a crash course?
Yeah, I think that's a crash course.
Awesome. Get it done then. 49-second burn.
Quite low in orbit there.
Be alright.
You think?
Try it.
You think it'll be alright? Famous last words, if the Admiral of the Geordie Invasion doesn't even manage to get off Kerbin on his second attempt.
Well, he should lead by example, shouldn't he? Fling yourself at it and see what happens. He's already disgraced with that horrendous attempt at a launch about 5 minutes ago.
So let's just get him nicely lined up.
Point straight down at the planet.
We do have solar panels on this, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Right, 7 minutes to burn, and we're going to want to burn at about 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Just zip forward a bit. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread down just to keep it under control.
Okay, entertain us for the next 20 seconds, Gonzo.
Well, that's going to be a little bit tricky. Just put us on the friggin' spot, why don't you?
Tell a joke.
I can't tell jokes. I don't do jokes. I'm funny. That's my thing.
They're just naturally funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so a poll for the comments if anyone's watching. Who thinks Gonzo's funny?
Is this where we're going to start doing like who do you love most?
Who do you love most?
Who's
your
most?
favourite?
Come here, viewers. Come here, viewers. We're on my side. Come on. I'll give you beardy man love and cake.
Now, that's an offer that nobody could really refuse, is it? Beardy man love and cake.
Yeah, I thought I'd cover all bases. I know that not everybody's all about the beardy man love.
Well, everyone's all about the beardy man love, but some people do prefer cake.
So, We're going to have to be fairly precise with this to make sure that we are definitely going to be on a crash course.
Well, it's fine as long as we keep track of where everything is during the various launches and how long it's going to take to get places, so we make sure that we don't just leave anything crashing headlong into the mud.
It's going to be very confusing very quickly, so we've got a few of these bad boys going.
And bam. That'll do.
Right to the moon.
Right, how long is it going to take to get there? Once again, it's freaking out. Okay, it's only going to take 2 hours to get there.
Get another one up then?
2 hours and 47 minutes.
Get another one up.
So we'll get the next one up and shoot for Minmus now?
Yeah, why
Straight
not?
away?
Yeah, go for it. Next one. Another space monkey in the pod. Up you go. There's an invasion happening.
Yeah, no messing around, lads. The red lass.
Is it Minmus or Minmas? Doesn't matter. That's what it's being called. Get a Kerbal in there. Up it goes. That'll do. Right, Kerbal, launch it. Out you get, Bob. With my enthusiasm, but you are officially retired now, unless we accidentally say
Bobless can lead the Minmus.
Zombie Bobless.
Zombie Bobless. So at least we know that the white coats do return from the dead as well.
Crazy itself.
I wonder why, anyone would consider recruiting since everyone seems to come back from the dead. Okay, let's go.
Oh.
Happened again.
So what's that? That's it's a 40% failure rate we're up to now. It's like one of those, again, one of those struts failed to decouple.
We're leaving a lot of fucking debris on the launch pad.
Doesn't matter. We'll clear it when we put the new one up, I think.
Yeah, we'll probably get
probably clear. Right, get him back in, get him back up. Don't know what he was playing at.
Should we mess around with these landing struts? Because they seem to be causing us some problems.
Can we not just take all the fucking things off and just launch it off from the bottom and see if that works any better? Because I don't even like them anyway. They do me head in. See, look, it's doing me head in now, again. We don't want to leave just the ones on the outside, because we tried that, remember, and the rocket effectively shot itself and just fell through the floor.
We'll just bring it down so that it's...
That's good, yep.
There we go, it's resting on the floor, and then it's got them to just give it that tiny little bit of support.
I hope that works. Right, is Bobless back in?
I'm just quickly going to save that, so that it's ready for next time.
Bobless, get back up there, you slacker. I'm not done with you yet.
That was your fault, Bobless. Prick.
Fucking nudge the controls with his elbow.
Right. Seems to be okay.
If I remember, actually, I think, yeah, that seems to do the trick, but we don't know if that's just good luck or... Something doesn't seem to have fired. Several things don't seem to have fired. Could they have maybe been broke on the... Yeah, they've broke off on the floor.
Okay, should we carry on
Yeah,
regardless?
try it.
So we maybe need it a little bit higher off the ground, since we left some of it behind.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fine.
so...
Well, this is still sort of doing it.
Our thrust is going to be significantly reduced.
Doesn't matter, just
We've
burn
lost
all...
1/3 of our liquid engines.
Yeah, and we're carrying a bunch of fuel that we can't burn either.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was a mistake. But it's pointing in the right direction. Still might be able to do it.
Oh no, spacebar problems.
We need a new keyboard, dude. Oh. You should see Ewok's face as he jabs around.
There we go. I mean, it didn't actually do anything because that stage is broken. But it makes me feel better knowing that the spacebar is now working.
Well, that transfer stage should be enough. Maybe in this, even though it's called the Minmus mass, I'm thinking maybe it should go towards the moon as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that seems like such a cop-out.
It's just, it'll take way less fuel to do that.
It's going to be so close behind the other one, though.
So?
I don't think I'll have time to land them both.
Doesn't matter. If you can, brilliant. If you can't, you can't have an invasion without breaking an egg or two.
Senseless. Hey, there's the Man 1.
Yeah, that's plenty of space.
All these guys, we've got to get them back. A mission for another day. What the fuck is with that one? It's not even going up anymore.
I think just it's carrying so much weight from those full fuel tanks that it can't burn, but hopefully that'll change very quickly when we dump this.
It's not actually going upwards though. I mean, that is a bad thing. Very bad.
So, drop it, cut the engines, and then drop them, and then start the new ones and see if that'll do it. See if that'll bring them up.
we're at the periaptors now, or the proaptors, or whatever the fuck.
You know what? Bobless, he's had his fucking chance, he's missed it. All we need to do is hop back into the Space Centre and get another one up.
What, just leave him?
Well, obviously. He's not going to achieve anything doing his... We've got a schedule to keep here. He's fucking with the invasion schedule. I don't even think he deserved
Good luck,
that,
buddy.
frankly. Back to the Space Centre, get another one up. Try not to hit him on the way down.
Warning, you are in flight. The game cannot be... I'm not trying
Leave
to...
anyway.
I just want to go... No, because it will revert.
Oh. Can we cut the parachutes? Bring him down quicker. He's fucking with the invasion schedule.
Prick.
Fuck him, he's died once already. He had a chance to redeem himself, and look what he's done.
No, we'll get him back.
Holding up the invasion. Not happy. Still coming down very quick. Oh, I forget. Look at him. The failure. The one that got a sick note. Jesus.
What a prick.
I think he should be retired, but more as like dishonourable discharge. Or unless we've got a suicide mission. Dishonourable discharge would be a quite good name for like some sort of like metal band. There's bound to be one out there called Dishonourable Discharge.
Well, that was just shit.
Yeah.
So we need to raise it up a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't really Bobless's fault.
Well, they seem as though they should be alright, but just bring it up just a tiny touch. Yep, new Kerbal, launch it. We're totally off schedule here.
Let's get Mirza on.
That was Bob. Jesus, you nearly pressed the button. Right, up he gets. This was supposed to work way better. Our invasion's going to consist of one guy. That's not an invasion.
One Geordie is all you need.
This is true, but I'd still like more.
The fucking... what?
Like, just eject everything and put it back down again. Turn it all... well, turn it all... Yeah, well, that did the trick. Right, back will come.
Those engines don't actually seem to be attached.
It's very peculiar.
When everything...
Whoa, shit, watch your head.
Everything about this ship has worked fine up until today. And then all of a sudden... Problems?
Yeah, they're just sitting there. What are they doing? Oh, that's pretty accurate landing.
Not bad.
Oh, that is low. There's an invasion on, mate.
Right, so let's have a look at those engines.
Why are they just sitting there?
We had a working ship. The whole point was, we've got a working ship. We're not going to spend any time dicking around in the hangar. People don't want to see us building ships. They want to see men of action.
Let's take them off. Bung them back on again.
Right. There should be no problem with that.
Right. Put, let's get back in. Put Mirza and send them up. Right. You can try that again. Otherwise, you're joining Dishonourable Discharge. You'll be that fucking bass player.
I want to sit in the corner.
Try just throttling it up to like maybe about 75%. That's not 75. Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, he is fucked. Oh no, he's not. My god. Again, the fucking engines fell off. Oh.
I do not understand what's going wrong here.
Me neither, I really don't.
But we'll live with our mistakes and we'll live with our failures.
Okay. I'm going to reload.
Nippleless Wonder. That's the way to do it. We might need to do a little something with it.
No, we'll just reload the Red Last Mark 1 and take off a couple of them support, but not adjust the height of it or anything.
I would take off all those supports. They're nothing but trouble.
It didn't seem to work.
Last
so
time
well.
we tried it like this, it collapsed in on itself. It shat itself. It shat the middle all over the the launch pad.
In that case, if there's risk of death, we're putting Bobless back in it.
It's just going to collapse.
If it's gonna
as
collapse.
soon as we load up, it's just going to fall through. Watch. This is how a rocket shits itself.
We didn't have as many struts last time, though.
Oh, there we go.
There
Well
we go.
done.
We're
Okay.
back on course.
Pilot advice. I'm loving it.
Back on course.
If anything, it's probably gave our first Bobby Bob. It's probably give him a little bit of space to get himself out there a little bit.
It has put the invasion well back into schedule.
Can you imagine the chatter that would be going on his radio when he's hearing all this shit going on back planet side?
I've got no fucking support.
Leads the fucking charge with a little like the cattle horn stuck to the front of his rocket as he hurtles towards it. Come on, lads!
Shall we let Bobless off then? Because he got into a rocket that he thought was going to explode. That was quite brave of him.
No.
And in fairness, it wasn't really his fault that the rocket kept falling to bits.
Well, it is. So this makes up for nothing, Bobless. Don't know what you were fucking playing at. So hopefully things are back on track now.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So, are we putting this towards the moon or towards Minmus?
We'll get this one towards Minmus, and
Alright.
then we'll send the next one up quick as a flash and go towards the moon. Oh, we haven't named this one. It's just this
We'll work
is the Red Last
it
Mark
out.
1.
Aye, we'll figure it out when we get there. It was in the panic to get things up. By now, we probably should have had like 4 rockets all flying off towards their respective destinations. Instead, we've got 2.
Well, one flying off towards its destination.
If anything, what's happened is Bobless has become the forlorn hope. He's the guy that we're sending straight through the friggin' breach at Minmus. Like, you're not expected to live through this, but, you know...
With my piloting skills, I'm going to estimate a 50% survival rate for the people who attempt landings.
Well, we'll give it a go. We'll see. I think that's
Optimistic.
still pretty optimistic, but it's still pretty decent. I'll still be happy with 50%.
And if they can each bring back a couple of 100 science, I mean, we're sitting on 500 science at the moment.
Totally, yeah.
But we've got a working rocket, so there's no sense... Well, we thought we had a working rocket. It seems to be working again. But there's no sense trying to reinvent the wheel at this stage when we've got something that does what we need it to do.
I haven't been keeping tally, but I think we're probably on a higher than 50% failure rate for this rocket and these launches now.
We are now, but I think it's fixed.
Just about run out of fuel. Right on time.
Now, I probably will have to put this one in orbit because I'm not sure what sort of angle I need to be approaching Minmus from.
Yeah, we were incredibly lucky the last time we hit Minmus, so we'll probably need to get ourselves into an orbit and use that to aim ourselves. I'll also be incredibly impressed if you can get a ballistic trajectory to aim directly at Minmus because it's
Oh,
fucking
I'm not
tiny.
sure about that.
No.
That's a big ask.
Like, see, kind of when we first kind of mooted this idea and the way that we're going to do it, I just had this great image of about like 15 little landing sections all flying around their respective planets and then one after the other dropping in, so it would be more kind of simultaneous. But instead we went for this haphazard one after the other.
We could put them in orbit if you really want.
It would slow things down a little bit, but then gives you a lot of opportunities. It's kind of like having like some extra lives there when you try and land. If that doesn't work, you hop back up and come down.
I think we just play it by ear. Eh? We'll see what seems the best thing to do when we get there.
Actually, when you jump out into the map board there as well, it looks as though Bobby Bob is hurtling along his trajectory quite nicely, I think.
Yeah. I think he's on his way.
Yeah. Don't want to confuse him with Jeb, though. That could make things go disastrously wrong.
Yeah. This stage is taking a while, isn't it?
We'll get there. That'll do. Well, that's pretty close as well, mate.
Oh, only a
seconds.
25-second burn. Super. How was that for 10?
Not bad at all.
Not bad. Not brilliant. Slightly overshot the mark.
Nothing we've done over the past 5 hours worth of gameplay has been brilliant, though.
But this I'm trying to do it as fast as possible, so it's got that extra...
Yeah, urgency. Schedule to keep. Keep on the fucking schedule. Military precision.
All these fucking paths are just getting confusing. Right, where the fuck is Minmus? Minmus is there.
Do you want to see if it's going to be above or below as well?
We'll be fine. Minmus seems to be on a...
It's kind of below there.
You think it would be...
So you kind of want to push down a touch. No.
Well, that's nice.
That's the sun.
Sun axis.
I think that one would do it. The one down below.
And let's just try rotating it a bit.
It's incredibly difficult to do because you need to be aiming like up or down because of its weird orbit.
Its orbit's not that elliptical.
It's pretty elliptical.
Have I just deleted the maneuver node entirely?
Yeah. What are you doing now? Oh, I see. Yep, that's very clever.
Yeah, it's nowhere near. That is beyond my ability, I'm afraid.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, then, so now the invasion's only happening on the moon, then?
No. We'll get an encounter.
But to get the encounter, you need to be able to do the stuff that you've just said seconds ago that you can't do.
You'd be surprised how big an influence even a small heavenly body like Minmus has.
All I'm saying is that we've got a schedule to keep. Oh, no, that's the moon. So alright, we've got the moon down. As I said, we were incredibly lucky when we hit Minmus the way we did, because we didn't have to do any of the crazy stuff.
You see, it's very hard for me to actually balance up the orbit because of all this shit going on. But I don't want to abandon those guys just to make it easier.
Okay, there you go.
That is quite a wide orbit, isn't it?
Yeah, taught you.
Okay, so that's the point where it seems to meet. Oh no, we're going to go the other way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's. I think we're going about this in a fairly cack-handed way.
You're welcome to Geordie Space Program. It's like you've only just joined us, Gonzo. Right, where the fuck is my maneuver node? See, an expert would know where. Oh, this thing handles.
Bear in mind,
like
you've got to accelerate time for
bolt.
23 minutes for this to happen. So just bear in mind, little Bobby Bob flying off there. I mean, I know this is green smear, but we want to at least give them a bit of a fighting chance.
No, 23 minutes, that's fine. Bobby Bob, all the time in the world. If it was slightly longer than 23 minutes, I would do another launch while we're waiting.
Yeah, one at a time, just get them in the right kind of area. So it's interesting, I've never tried this approach to get them in this before. I've never tried, when I've got a little orbit like this, to kind of get it on the right inclination and then fling out.
I think it's the only way that I could possibly think of doing it at this stage. I'm sure the experts know exactly how to do it.
Yeah, usually I combine it so I'm doing like a burn to extend my my orbit at the same time as doing an inclination. I'm far from an expert, and I've only been to Minmus and landed on it myself once as well, I think. I usually get a flyby of it. But we'll see how this transpires. It might be quite a good way of doing it. Probably isn't. But
It's probably not particularly fuel efficient.
it was pretty accurate though. Now see if you can extend that bad boy out.
And what sort of angle do I need to approach Minmus from? That's the question.
No idea.
Which way does Minmus orbit?
I think kind of.
Well, clockwise or counter. Hang on. Closest approach. That an encounter?
No.
Oh, that's just a curve in the sky.
That's you hurtling around the moon at a great speed. We need to kind of look down a little bit above to see how close that actually is. Oh, that's curve and escape again.
Oh, it's still a bit arse over tit, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. As I said, it's quite tricky to do for... oh, what was that? That was a 1. That's a 1. That's a 1. Quite a bit of a distance off. Maybe... yeah, that's doing it. That's bringing it closer, I think. It is, yep. More of that. Oh. That's on the other side. Now, we're probably going to end up slightly above or below it. Drop down kind of horizontally in terms of the view. Have a look. So we're going to come underneath it, but that's doable. Then we can get it into an orbit. That's the way to do it. Right, get that baby lined up.
Oh, it's 28 minutes away. Shall I launch something?
If you feel as though you're up to the task, I think we've got to be very careful about what we're doing here. So he's time's a ticking for him.
He's got plenty of time. Let's launch another ship and get it in orbit.
Right.
This may take more than one setup mission, unless we're just going to send 3 out.
I do still want more, but I'm worried that we don't want 6 or 7 videos constantly where we're doing this. We need to get more up. It's because of all them stupid failures that we had. That was the problem. All them daft launches.
It was. We could have had 4 up by now if it wasn't for them.
Well, get another one up. Aim it at the moon. That's the way to do it. So this is Red Lars Moon 2. Should be Roman numerals.
Mirza.
Thought we just launched a Mirza.
He was in one of the failed launches.
Oh,
In fact-
yeah, that's Bobless has went up, hasn't he? So Bobby Bobless. Now Mirza. Oh, the rocket shot itself. Yeah, I don't think we unfortunately it's got a horrible habit of this happening. That's what I mean when I say that the rocket shot itself.
Yeah.
Just all the innards.
Throws its arse end off.
Yeah. It's very random. I don't know how we've designed such a random rocket. I fail to understand.
Yeah, it does seem pretty random. Let's just fucking do it again, and hopefully this time it'll work.
Remember, up to about 75%. Hopefully we don't shot ourselves again. Oh, it's fine. There we go. Right, yeah, that'll do.
That'll do, Pete.
We're going to have to re-watch this back, and I want to keep like a bit of a tally chart so I can refer to this in future launches of the Red Lars as well. I need to know how many times this has failed.
I think we might have to redesign the Red Lars, to be honest. Go back the drawing board and come up with something else.
My concern is anything that we design, this is the pinnacle of what I can design as of right now.
Well, we'll just base it roughly around the same design. But hopefully it won't fall to bits. I mean, I'm sure that we're going to unlock some stuff as
Well,
a
I've
result
got the
of
signs
this.
to burn, I suppose.
I mean, really, if we're only going to get 3 going, it might be worth... No, we'll send this on the Mud. We've named it the Mud Rocket now.
Yeah. Decouplers work alright. I don't like those random explosions that seem to happen in the bottom half when we do that.
The decouplers,
Yeah, I'm not keen on that.
that's just the force of it attempting to push away. I think we've just got too many struts on.
I don't think it's sitting right on them. I don't think when I built it, I don't think I saw
Oh yeah, it normally sits off them a little bit,
Yeah,
whereas they seem to be firmly attached to the rocket.
It's fairly easy to fix.
It is, especially when you're using the symmetrical placing. It should pop everything back exactly where it needs to be.
Aye.
I mean, really, there are some design flaws with the Red Lars, we'll have to admit that. It's a good rocket, but it's not perfect.
No.
I don't think it would pass in the sort of real world as an efficient rocket.
Very few of these rockets would, though.
I mean, well, this one blows up 50% of the time when you try and launch it, which I think any nation's space program would be a little hesitant to use.
To be fair,
welcome to the North Korean space program.
If you were trying to sell somebody a fucking toaster and that exploded half the time, it wouldn't get out the factory, would it?
I think this is true of most.
Exactly.
Most things.
Any product, anything you design that explodes more than half the time when you try and turn it on.
Unless it's meant to explode when you turn it on. Unless it's like a bomb. But a bomb that explodes when you don't want it to explode is equally as useless.
It's an interesting paradox, that, because conversely, if a bomb only explodes 50% of the time, you'd probably say, I need a bomb that explodes more regularly than that.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we've established is we've made a bad rocket and a bad bomb.
Yeah. Kind of sits in the middle ground where it's bad at being both a bomb and a rocket.
Buy our new bomb/rocket.
Well, actually, I think in the early days of the space program, they were putting capsules on the top of like the stuff that they were putting nukes on top of. I think that's kind of how it kind of got going in like the late 50s and the early 60s. I think
that just doesn't seem like a good idea to me.
Well, I think they probably took the nuclear warheads off before they put the capsules on. I'd hope.
I would hope so too.
42, 84.
It's ugly, but it'll get the job done. In fact, no, that's just far too ugly. Let's just start manually working this.
Probably point towards your horizontal, yeah.
It was just taking a little while for the RCS to get warmed up there, bud.
Yep. Take a lower the horizon. Yeah, ditch that. We've got a lot of shit going on. Look at all them lines.
I know, it really is getting confusing, which makes me think we do need to do this rescue mission at some point.
It's a shame we didn't have like self-destruct things in the capsule.
Well, you can just destroy them. If you got the space center, you can just destroy them. But it will kill all the inhabitants, obviously. And I don't want to do that, especially not to Bill and Jebediah.
Yeah. But the lines that they're drawn on our map is annoying us.
It is. It's making things difficult.
It swings and roundabouts. You've got to try and balance these things out. Don't want to kill you, but you are leaving lines, and I'm not a big fan of those lines.
I'm just wondering if we can get this off without having to do an orbit.
It's getting fairly close.
That'll do. We can get there from there. I'm worried that we're going to be too close to the atmosphere, but you know,
we'll give it a go.
We'll give it a whirl.
Mirza is part of dishonourable discharge as well, though.
Yeah, that's why he gets the risky missions. So I've got 3 minutes. I want to burn on 33 seconds.
Yep.
Ooh.
Moment for breath. Even though we've achieved nothing, it's been quite an intense episode, this.
It has, because it's just go, go, go. Very little gaps in between.
Be honest though, it's been a shit invasion.
Yeah. It's not been the best. I take my share of responsibility for that.
Yeah. Well, I'll put my hands up in terms of the poor.
This isn't going to work. This is just going to blast us straight into Kerbin. I have no faith in this manoeuvre node whatsoever, because I'm actually aiming at the planet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, probably worth stopping it then.
No, it's kicking out. I'm going to trust the manoeuvre node, even though every fibre of my being is screaming at me that this isn't going to work.
It's totally not going to work because you're aiming below the horizon. Look, you're coming down and you're in the atmosphere. Oh, what?
We're going to power through it.
You reckon?
We're going to shoot ourselves.
I just think because we're in the atmosphere, we'll get that encounter and then it'll just slowly drop down because, you know, our speed will drop down.
if I have to push us back up using the lander stage, I'll just have to do that.
See, there we go. As soon as you power down the engines, we just start rapidly losing speed.
Yeah, we're fucked.
One fire as well. Metzger or Mirza, can't even be bothered to learn how to pronounce your name. You failed where again.
So all we have in our invasion is one ship en route to the Mun and one ship en route to Minmus.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a failed invasion. We'll call it the... we'll rename it. This episode was Operation Geordie Invasion, which has clearly failed. Next episode shall be Operation Geordie Skirmish.
Right, okay then, yeah. The skirmish. If anything, you see, what we've done, dear viewers, is we've
sent a scouting party.
We've tricked you into a false sense of security. Yeah, this is just the picket lines. This is all we're sending out at the moment. But, yeah, I think next time that will come around, we do need to, well, be better. That's something that I've learned.
Be better.
Be better.
That is one of many lessons to be learned from the Geordie Space Programme.
I don't even think give him the fucking privilege of a parachute, frankly. Just dart him. Go on.
What, you want me just...
Aim straight down
if he can successfully manage an in-atmosphere EVA, I will let him live.
Really? Okay. He's not gone very fast, though. He'll survive. Pointless. Dart him. Oh, get in! Did you throw that? Did you jump?
I didn't jump.
Right. Okay, then. Oh, well.
Up!
Sorry, Mirza. No, down. You want to end that as soon as possible. Be horrific. Mirza, you failed. And you know what? Yep.
I think that expression on his face pretty much sums it up. This is the most precarious situation, he says, with his EVA report.
The most precarious of situations. Mirza, you failed. Sorry, this is what happens. You fucked with Geordie Space Programme. Why are you giving him a soft landing?
I don't think it's going to work.
Oh no, it's not a soft landing, he's hurtling. Good riddance! Piece of shit.
Well, we're very, very sorry, dear viewers. We were hoping for a spectacular Geordie invasion, and what we've ended up is sending out a tiny scouting party. There goes the ship. We do apologise. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause recording. I'm going to spend some time getting rid of some of the debris before we start our next video.
Makes sense.
Because we don't want to have you sitting through all that shit again. So, thank you for watching. All the usual, like, subscribe, all that shit. If you want to see the next part and how this little skirmish goes. If you want to go back and look at some of our actual achievements. You might want to
few and far between that there might be.
Few and far between, but we do have some achievements, and we do have some epically amusing moments.
I'd like to think so.
But yeah, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week where we'll be trying to land one on Mun, one on Minimus.
And hopefully getting some more rockets up. See you later, bye-bye.
Bye!